Okay, this is how I have survived without a full-time job for the last 5 years. I'm gonna put you on game, so make sure you pay attention. If you know me, which you probably don't, but you will, hopefully by the end of this, you will know that I am a frugal bitch. So I'm gonna break this up into 5 categories that we're gonna talk about, and maybe you'll be able to do this too. Step 1. Save a lot of money every month. Put away as much money as you can every month. So what I did when I had a full-time job about 5 years ago, I was saving religiously. I was not doing anything with my friends. I was not going out drinking. I was not going out partying. I was not going out eating. I barely went to brunch. I probably went to brunch maybe once every 2 months. And this is when I was living in New York. And New York is very expensive. So, yeah. I'm kind of giving you guys a bit of my story, my breakdown of things and how I dealt with things, because I think finances deserve story backtelling. Otherwise, it just doesn't work very well. At least I think. Step 2. What I did, and I realize not a lot of people do this because I don't think a lot of people believe in investing, but I do. I've been heavily in the investing part of my life. I still am, not as much anymore because I don't have a full-time job, but nonetheless, I digress. Investing, step 2. So take all the money that you've been saving, I'd say about for the first 6 months, maybe. This is like, I saved for about 3 years when I was living in New York. I severely lowered my expenses, and I saved every single penny I did not use for 3 years. And I was making quite a bit of money, and I think that's how I did it. But anyways, the step 2 is investing. So I took all of that money for every 6 months. I would take a huge chunk of money, because in the States we can only invest a certain amount every year. So there's a cap. So I took that every 6 months and I just did it. And I severely lowered it after 6 months so that I could meet that max, basically. But that is step 2. Step 3 is I decided to move somewhere where it's much cheaper to live. So I lived in New York for, again, 5 years actually. But 3 years of it I was severely saving, like extremely. And then I decided, okay, New York is way too expensive. I can't keep saving like this. Everything was going up, like food, rent, and I didn't want to keep up, because if I kept up with it, I knew my savings was going to dwindle and there was no point in me staying anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, the ratio has to make sense. You have to be making a lot of money and keep your expenses very, very low, so that gap is really, really big, right? So, smart. Also, did y'all notice that I upped my game in the floating head department? I got a mic. I'm not in